establish that. I think you clean up the Drogo and Daenerys stuff. Like, I think, like, even the book, which is, like, the book has a much happier view of that relationship than the show. Like, even then, I think you need to really sit down and explore that relationship in more depth. Figure out how do we show this relationship on screen without it being... like, rewatching it,
predatory.
It's predatory and odd, and, like, but she
also,
also loves him and he loves her. You've got to... That situation's weird.
But that's the beauty of it.
Yeah. That relationship is weird.
Messy.
You need to spend some time figuring out how that... like how you resolve that, you establish like...
Do you call it a Game of Thrones?
I call it A Song of Ice and Fire.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe.
My time spent on you.
I mean, the books won't be finished by the time you start this project.
The books are never going to be finished. We're finishing the story.
Dude, I highly suggest you read the Preston Jacobs stuff. Like, it's so... He just put
really
out
good?
a Lane 2. Really good.
I love the idea. We were talking about it the other day, where it's like, Winds of Winter is told exclusively through the viewpoints of, like, just random people. Like, there's, like, what was it, Rahakrashir or whatever? That's, like, the writer, the fucking...
Were you talking to me about this?
Yeah, we
drunk?
were watching season 1. I don't know.
Okay.
There's the dude. He's one of Khal Drogo's blood riders. He dies in the show, but he's alive in the books. And you were like, when George R. R. Martin releases The Winds of Winter, it's going to be like Rahakrashir 1. And it's all told from his point of view.
Yeah. Oh my god. People would be pissed.
If you ever wrote, have you ever thought about writing a series of novels?
I have, but like, I'm worried it's derivative.
Yeah, well, I think that's, I don't know, I think as a creator, you have to accept the fact that you are derivative, if that makes sense. Like, every artist stands
on the shoulders of giants.
Yeah, and they start because they want to make their own version of the cool thing that they liked.
Right.
And, like, when doing that, that's usually how you, like, advance into something that people have never seen before. Because, like, when Berserk first started... Have you ever read Berserk?
No.
Okay, I'm about to fucking nerd off about Berserk here. Oh, guys, fucking...
I've seen the Berserk workout that I was going to send to you.
Oh, yeah?
Where he takes a dumbbell, he takes, like, a barbell.
Yeah.
And you have to pick it up.
Oh, you pick it up like the sword?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to start training to do that. So, like, training to, like, lift Guts' sword.
Yeah.
But, like, so... Kentaro Miura, when he started, he was really inspired by Fist of the North Star, which is a gritty, grim, post-apocalyptic sci-fi martial arts series about just a buff, angry guy killing people. And Berserk starts similarly to that. It's like you read the early chapters, because Berserk starts in media res, like it starts in the middle of the action.
Okay.
And it's just about a buff, angry Guts killing demons.
Yep.
He's a shitty guy. He tells a little girl to kill herself. He does awful stuff. But there's a character called Puck. There's a little fairy that follows Guts around because Guts saves his life. And Puck's like made it his life mission to convince Guts that he's a good person.
Okay.
And as Guts and Puck interact, you start finding out more stuff about Guts' past. Mm-hmm. Like there's a depth to it that isn't present in something like Fist of the North Star. Mm-hmm. You find out that Guts has this weird brand on his back. You find out that a long time ago, the King of Midland did something to a man called Griffith that caused all of these demons and like bad shit to be like happening. Okay. And you find out that Guts has some kind of personal history with Griffith. And at the end of the Black Swordsman arc, when Guts, defeats that villain, he comes toe-to-toe with the God Hand, which are these 4, like, omnipotent demons that all of the lesser demons serve. Mm-hmm. And it's revealed that one of them is Griffith, and then it cuts back in time.
Okay.
And the world is totally different. The setting's totally different. It's a much more epic, traditional Renaissance fantasy story. There's love and political intrigue and romance. Griffith is there. And you start to explore Guts' past. He's a much more warm character. He's a much friendlier character. There's a whole gang of there's an adventuring party and there's all this heroics done. So the mystery is how you know from the start that Griffith and Guts are enemies.
Right.
You know that the world is going to get to that state in some way, and then you spend this next arc figuring out how it got there. So he was you have this one setting that's really inspired by Fist of the North Star.
Yeah.
And this next setting is really inspired by Rosa Versailles. Is one of the mangas that it was a shoujo manga that really influenced Kentaro Miura when he was writing the Golden Age arc, and then the story continues that structure. After that, it goes back to a kind of traditional dark fantasy story for the next 2 arcs, Then it becomes like high fantasy when they go to Elfheim, and like it's like each little section of Berserk is like an homage to a different like fantasy genre.
I believe it's pronounced homage.
Homage. Homage.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's his twist on it.
It's his twist on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he didn't get to finish it, sadly. Somebody else is finishing it.
Yeah, I remember reading about that.
Yeah. I like the new chapters so far.
Yeah. I need to read that, and then I started Chainsaw.
Chainsaw Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like the first one, and I didn't like it. So I just want you to know.
Really?
Yeah, like I read the first chapter and I was like, I don't like this.
What didn't you like about it?
I don't know. It was like weird and confusing to me. But that's just my ignorance,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's no excuse. Well, actually, no, it's no reason, but it is an excuse.
Yeah, it was weird and confusing. What did you find confusing about it?
Like I didn't understand. It's probably because I was like reading fast.
Yeah,
That's how I'm used to reading.
It's hard to read manga like when it's not on the page.
Did you skip like a Soul Guy that was on the other side?
Yeah, I don't want to fuck with it.
Okay.
I don't even know what it fucking is.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to do this boss. Why did we come here? This is the worst part of the game. I
think we should do like a versus for our next game.
Okay. What do you think? What are we fighting
like
over?
Super Nintendo Mario Kart.
Why not any of the newer Mario Karts?
Super Nintendo Mario Kart. Or like a Wheel of Fortune, like a terrible Wheel of Fortune fucking game.
Yeah, we could do that for sure.
Or is there a particular game that you would like to do a versus in? Something where we can both play is what I was kind of getting at.
I would like to do. I don't know. I want to do a co-op. I want to do a co-op real bad.
See, yeah, and I don't want to do It Takes Two.
We could play Resident Evil Revelations together. We could play Resident Evil 5 together.
I don't want to do a Resident Evil game.
Yeah, I know. We could play. I'm trying to think of like good, fun couch co-op experiences that we can have together.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
It's so tough. There's not a lot of good co-op games.
Yeah, I know. What are some classic co-op experiences?
Heather and I are going to play A Way Out pretty soon.
Yeah, we could play Stardew Valley together. And you don't want to play. You don't want to start a farm with me.
What's that movie?
Stardew Valley.
Heather said it'd be boring to watch.
It's cozy. We could do an ASMR Stardew Valley stream.
And we are
the ultimate cozy stream.
Today playing our farm. Jamie, why have you harvested the parsnips?
Those parsnips were not ready yet. That would be interesting. Just one person just trying to like fuck the entire operation over.
I'm trying to think of a good co-op games, man.
I remember when couch co-op was like a big thing.
I mean like Halo 3 would
we could play through the Halo games together. I've never played the Halo games.
Really?
Yeah.
The Halo
it's a lot. I
games
played
so
them a
good.
little in high school.
It's so sad to see what's happened to Halo Infinite.
To the franchise.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I don't feel particularly passionate about continuing or getting back into them. Is because I know that it doesn't lead anywhere good. Oh fuck. Okay. All right.
This guy.
Kirk. John. Dark Spirit Tim.
So why did he join?
So he's actually trying to serve the spider lady, the sick one.
Okay.
He's just trying to collect, because her whole quest line involves collecting humanity for her. It's how you save Solaire.
2 cents.
Yeah, he's just collecting. I want to spend these souls. He's devoted to her, so he's just trying to collect humanity for her. So she's heals. And okay, he's like a semi-heroic figure. But
I like these, but I hate IPAs.
Yeah,
so much.
I haven't had Skywater.
Really?
Yeah, I've never had it. I don't drink a lot, dude. Drinking here is when we're playing this is the most drinking I've done in forever.
We could do a beer pong stream, versus.
We could do a beer pong versus. I'll lose.
No, you don't know that. Have you ever played beer pong before?
I've played beer pong. I played a lot in college.
Oh, so if you played a lot, then you probably don't have beginner's luck, which means you will lose.
Yeah.
Because beginner's luck is the strongest thing in beer pong. Yes.
But what if I haven't played in a long time?
Then you have remedial limp, which means you will lose. if you
Yeah,
have not
from
played it.
medial
Yeah.
limp.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fucking curse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make that a spell in my next Pathfinder game.
Remedial
Remedial
limp.
limp. You get.
Yep.
Yeah, sit. What's your favorite part about Pathfinder or 2e?
The customization and that every level kind of feels like it matters.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like the action economy a lot. Like
Yep.
the action economy is the reason I play that game.
Yep. I agree 100%. And it just seems like, and no offense to Wizards of the Coast and their trash fucking D&D game.
Yeah.
But it seems like players have more interactive and fun with Pathfinder.
Yeah, it seems like players have there's a lot more to do in a turn.
Right. And it's for the most part, the way I do it, which is wrong, I completely dismiss like the out of combat mechanics for like a loose hoity-toity. Yeah, you can make an impression as anybody.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit, right? But like, and so I'm trying to get better about that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm probably
I
not.
think that's the beauty of systems like that is you can just kind of throw away
Right.
whatever
And
you don't want to use.
Yeah, super loose about it. I don't. But at the same time, if you have something that gives you that, I want to make sure you feel special.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't want to undervalue your
Value
class.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your least favorite part about Pathfinder 2nd Edition?
The denseness, the density.
Yeah, the amount of rules. And like,
Right. And I understand why it's there.
Yeah.
As a reference, really, not like you better read all these rules before you start playing.
Playing, yeah.
What about yours?
My favorite part of Pathfinder?
Yeah.
Well, I already showed you the 3 action economy.
Yep. And then your least favorite?
My least favorite? I don't.
Why? I mean, there was some reason you were thinking about doing 5th edition.
I do and don't like the condition system.
Okay. The slowed 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like how bonuses and conditions give you static values. I like how they're the same thing every time. Like that from a game design perspective, if you value consistency, that's good. But what I like about D&D 5th edition, and it's my favorite thing about D&D 5th edition, is I like the swingy nature of stuff. I like advantage and disadvantage. I like, adding a d6 to a roll, and then your player's rolling a 6, and everybody at the table flipping out.
Right.
Like a serious
okay,
moment.
I get you.
dislike, or I like...
-3.
Yeah, I like just, rolling disadvantage on something. The first roll's a natural 20. They roll again. The second roll's a natural 1.
Right.
Everybody at the table groans.
Yeah.
I like the kind of instant narrative tension that can add to a game. And you don't have that in Pathfinder. It's you get a static +1 bonus, sometimes a static +2 bonus. You get a static -1 condition that ticks down at the end of the turn. And it's like a lot to keep track of because you have to keep track of circumstance and status and item bonuses.
Yeah.
So while I appreciate some aspects of it, like I like the consistency, like from a game design standpoint, if you value consistency, that's what
You like
want.
numbers.
Yeah, if you like numbers, is what you want. But I also don't like the denseness.
Would you be open to me adding more advantage and disadvantage into our Pathfinder 2e?
So the problem with that then is Pathfinder's math. Like part of what makes Pathfinder 2nd Edition a good system is that it runs on really, really tight math.
Right.
So like you can build any character and it work fine in combat because you're always getting that +1 bonus each level. Like in a lot of ways, the choices are nice, but the choices don't really matter outside of. No, they do and they don't.
I was about to say, yeah, I wouldn't agree that the choices
Just
don't
don't
matter
matter.
because you can't suck.
Suck. Yeah, you can't be ass in Pathfinder, and the whole system like down to encounter creation runs on a really, really tight math. Like I think if you disrupt that in any way by adding swingy rolls and stuff, you can create situations that, like the game just didn't really account for.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you're fine with that?
Yeah.
How invested are you in role-playing games being a vessel for engaging with a system? Or, like, do you want to engage... Like, are you more interested in them being a game first, or are you more interested in them being a method of collaborative storytelling first?
I think method of collaborative storytelling.
Same, yeah. But I don't know. I do want every session to have a bunch of encounters, whether they be social encounters or fights. Like, I think there should be at least, 2 to 3 fights or puzzles or social encounters a session. And as the DM, your job is to find a flow between these like narrative beats with the parties, just role playing and shopping and looking around and forcing conflict of some kind into each of your sessions.
See, I kind of disagree with that.
Yeah, you disagree with that?
I just that's just my perspective. Coming at it, if everyone has a mundane session,
Yeah.
I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah.
Because I think that gives you the baseline for when something epic does happen
Yeah.
the next time. And because I am a very reactive DM, and
yeah,
improv,
you have to wait on the players.
Well,
to,
I leave it to y'all's responsibility.
yeah, and you want the players to have agency and
Right.
incentive.
And so whatever story you're wanting to tell, I
Yeah.
am here merely as the background to the actions, how you choose to impact the world.
And like I think a big part of DM, like I agree with that to like some extent.
Right, yeah, but it's
And
like I said, personal style.
Yeah, and I think a big part of the art of DMing is finding out ways to motivate the players to enter stressful situations. In general, whether for character reasons or personal reasons, you want them to be engaged and you want them to seek out the danger and
Right.
feel like they have to fight it. Because like if they don't, the players are just going to want to be safe all the time.
Right.
Like if the player like some players, if given the opportunity, they will sit in town and they will like be like, my character goes to school,
Yep.
and I'm gonna study here, and we're gonna buy this stuff, and then we're gonna go to school, and the next day I'm gonna do the same thing over and over. So there's got to be something driving the characters, driving the players to that engages them in such a way that they want
to be heroic.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And so I do try to make a situation in which you have defeated the goblin,
Yeah.
right? You've used all your resources.
Mm-hmm.
The princess is on the other side of that door.
Yeah.
If you go in that door, you don't know what's there. You know the princess
Yeah.
is there. You will save the princess if you can overcome this last little bit.
Yeah.
Right? And so that to me is the pinnacle of the narrative tension.
Yeah.
Where it's, okay, we can go back to town right now.
Yeah.
We have completed while we were here.
Yeah.
But if we want to be heroes.
If you want to push it to the next level.
Right.
And like with like I don't know, because the next campaign I run is going to be a pretty dark fantasy game. Like it's not going to be like super grim, dark, and edgy, but like it's going to have a setting that is less heroic and like lower fantasy than a lot of stuff you expect in games.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, say one thing.
I maybe I'm the outlier.
Okay.
I am 100% fine with my character dying.
Yeah.
I think it adds something to the world.
Yeah.
That you say, like, hey, your level 1 character fucked up,
Mm-hmm.
or even you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
But
and he's just dead.
He just died.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if that's a certain like maturity you have
Yeah.
to like gauge with the player,
Uh-huh.
or if you showing that makes every player mature up to that
level. Yeah. I also think that like it's good for players to not want their characters to die because then they're really invested in the
Right?
game.
Yeah. I'm able to have attachment to it, but I'm not going to be like
Upset.
Well, that's bullshit. My shield should have.
Yeah. I think my favorite story. This boss is so bad. All right, let's get ready for the worst shit. I think my favorite
Bed of
story about that.
Chaos.
Yeah, such a cool name, and it's got a pretty cool design. But it's just gonna suck. We get to this one for free. For free? Hell yeah.
For the Freeskies?
For Friskies. So it's a puzzle boss. There are two of these little fucking glowy orbs. We gotta smack both of them. They go down. But it gets obnoxious. You'll see. And every time we die, we respawn back at the bonfire. That's like 40 minutes away.
Oh my
and
God.
we're gonna die. We're gonna fucking die. This is gonna be the worst.
Oh my god. But no, you were saying, and I was
But
really
yeah,
invested.
no, Matt Colville has a story where like he killed one of his players' characters, and that player got like fucking pissed. And then
Yeah.
Matt was like, "Hey, what's the deal?" And he was like, "You don't understand, man. You just gotta fucking let me be angry."
Okay, yeah. I remember
He was like,
hearing
"You just
that, watching
gotta,
that.
you gotta let me be fucking pissed for a minute, because like the floor starts to fall out from under you, and then you gotta like avoid falling in the floor
Oh.
while fucking Dick Fingers over here is like just slapping you around." We're gonna heal. Okay, how are we gonna get out of here? Oh my god.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah, this boss sucks. This boss is a pain in the half. No. Okay, one down. The nice thing about, can you get me another? I want another shot of tequila. I'm just gonna crack open this beer. The nice thing about this boss is your progress sticks. Like every of the little circles you pop, like sticks around. Wow, that's terrible. It's like drinking soap.
I'm so glad. I hate IPAs,
Yeah.
and I'm tired of pretending
That you
they're
like
good.
them?
Yeah, no, that they're good. Like anybody enjoys them. I like the sour taste.
Yeah, I
Fuck
really
off.
enjoy the way it tastes like trash.
And I mean, I enjoy supporting local businesses.
Yeah.
But make something else.
Yeah, make something else, please. So I just saw that Sia is live playing It Takes Two on Steam.
Do
which
you want
means-
to like throw up a video?
Do you want to do a reaction
Oh,
to Sia's stream?
Yes,
Yeah?
100 fucking %.
Okay.
Yes.
We will pull up reaction content to see Clivian's stream if It Takes
Oh
Two.
my fucking god! Please.
Can we get in trouble for that?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean not legally,
Yeah.
but like personally.
Yeah. Oh, Sia could be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if she, maybe we should message her
No, you
first.
just buy some Girl Scout cookies. I think we're good.
for her niece.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Totally
we're
fine.
gonna do
People's
react
feelings
content.
are transactional, so I feel like.
Oh god.
Do you want to use like this screen, or are we gonna like make it full, or how do you?
I think we should. If we're gonna do this, I think we should have the baseline level of respect to make her content the main content.
Oh no! I'm saying that. Like, do you want it like this, like right, like how we have?
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So I'll just replace the window.
Yeah,
with
just
her
replace the
stream.
Dark Souls.
Okay.
See the stream. Yeah.
I think Boogie's on board too. She's leaving our stream.
She's
to
leaving
go.
our stream?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Are you?
Oh, it says they're offline.
I don't think they've started yet. I think Sia just started the game.
Oh,
'Cause I saw it on.
popped up
I got the
on
notification
Steam.
on Steam.
I got you.
yeah.
They're getting ready to start.
So they're gonna be starting like soon, but I imagine
Yeah.
they got a bunch of shit. figured
Yeah.
out. But like, so here's my shtick.
Like I understand. I thought you were going for something like really hard hitting, and like I think you're going to make a much more poignant point
What I
than
want
the
to
Matt Colville. thing.
Yeah, what I want to do with this campaign, players might die, player characters might die, player characters might not die. But the main point is I want to put, like, I want to keep the traditional, heroic fantasy setting of going into dungeons, killing stuff,
Yep.
getting loot, But I
Yep.
want there to be a lot of reasons, like factors driving the party into these dangerous places.
Right.
I want there to be mysteries to be unraveled. I want there to be complicated situations that the characters are put into
Ooh,
that
good
they
dodge.
have to figure out. I want there to be, some meat to it, and I want it to be like grounded in a lot of our own history. Like I said, like human society is going to be the society. There's no other society. Like there are other races, but they all exist within the framework of like,
Right.
They're
ancillary.
broader human society. There's going to be magic. From the back, it looks like your character is dressed like Cicero from Skyrim. Hell yeah!
Oh,
it.
wow. What a reference. Fucking props.
Props. Sia,
Yeah.
when are you starting your stream? Because we were talking about reacting to it. Like whenever your stream starts, taking ours off, and then streaming us watching your stream. 9 p.m. So we got 20 minutes. We'll probably play a bit longer. That would be hilarious. We were thinking
Nice.
so too.
And then I'm
Yeah.
gonna well, we do have to we'll have to blow this up, right?
Yeah.
But like we're gonna make like
Yeah.
like stupid faces
Thumbnails.
when we do like the YouTube thumbnail, like
Yeah.
we can't believe
Sia
Sia
Clivian
Clivian said this.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
All right, let's get shit on. So yeah, she's gonna do
Oh,
that,
you hate
and then
to
we're
see
gonna
it.
we hate to see it, yeah. And then fuck this fucking boss so fucking much.
See, yeah, I do. And then hopefully we market their stuff
Yeah.
and they become famous and they remember us.
Yeah, and they remember us. They don't even support us.
No, yeah, just remember
They
us.
just remember us. Yeah. They
You
don't
just
talk to
put
us
that- yeah.
anymore. But they're like,
I actually you posted a video.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What did Sia post a video? It was a long time ago, and I was 100% going to do a react video
Yeah.
to Sia Clivian's YouTube video.
Oh, of
with
the
a
milk inside a packet.
Yeah,
of
the milk. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I downloaded their YouTube thumbnail as like backdrop
Drop.
for my stupid
Yeah.
face.
And I think you put, because like if I remember correctly,
Yeah.
the title of that video was "Bagged Milk?" question mark.
yeah, that's right.
So you put on your thumbnail then,
Yeah.
"Bagged milk."
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh
So,
god, we're getting fucked.
it's still in the works. It's still in
Yeah,
the works.
it's up there. I want to start doing YouTube content. I've got a bunch of like half-baked scripts and shit are written out.
I'm actually recording all of A Plague's Tale to do a review.
Of the game. See, I wanted to talk about internet personalities.
Okay.
I was going to talk about Andrew Tate.
Okay.
I was going to talk about. Have you ever heard of Shay St. John?
No.
So Shay St. John, Shay St. John is a really avant-garde YouTuber who made a lot of strange, eerie puppetry videos in the early 2000s that a lot of people may not remember, but I remember fondly. And
Okay.
he has an incredibly... I'm so close to doing this in one... No! No, your fucking hands! Stop grabbing me! Stop! Fuck! Please, just let me be fine. Just let me be fine! Ah! God, I hate this boss! I hate this boss so much!
That's a big old 5 sippies. 10 sippies, actually.
10 sippies and a shot?
Yep.
Fuck you, Miyazaki. You fucking piece of shit.
You trash game.
God, I hate this game. Every time I start this game, I'm like, God, I fucking love this game. And then I get to Bed at Chaos, and I'm like, fuck!
God, do I hate IPAs. Oh my god.
God, this is worse than the shot of tequila.
Yes.
This is
I
terrible.
100% agree with that
Yeah,
statement.
Jamie's frying y'all's audio. Yeah. I got a little emotional there. Excuse me. Let me fucking compose myself.
See, I appreciate you tuning in.
We always appreciate you tuning in, see you. Your cohort was in chat earlier.
Banana.
You're gonna be one of those dads.
Yes.
Yeah. Every time you say a sentence, your child is just gonna roll their eyes.
Yes, that is the goal.
Do I want to still know you after that?
I think you do.
I do.
Because little Mason Stormraper II is going to be a deer.
Yeah. No. I'm personally invested in your guys' kids. Name a
Yeah,
child Jamie.
I'm fine with like James.
Why not Jamie?
Because they can go by James.
What's-
Jamie.
What's so bad about my name?
Nothing. No. I'm a big fan of options.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I wanted either Leonardo or Leonidas
Yeah, so they can
Because-
go by Leo.
or Leon.
Okay.
Yeah, which is what Heather likes.
Yeah. Do you want a kid? So if they want to pick like a nickname,
Yeah,
they can.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
That and I think Leonardo is a really cool name.
Yeah. I used to hate my name until
Oh, yeah?
Game of
I
Thrones
did-
came out.
Believe it or not, I hated my name too.
Oh yeah.
Yep, 100%. Growing
Mason's
up,
so classic.
I hated
You
it.
used to
man.
lay bricks.
I didn't like it. I thought it was
Yeah.
a dumb name. Like, honestly, man, yeah.
You were like, fuck this shit. Fuck this name.
Yep. But then it was like, Mason Storm Rayburn.
Yeah. It's not a
And I
bad
was
name.
like, hell yeah, man, you just gotta do it.
What's your least favorite name?
I don't like a lot of white people names like with I's instead of Y's and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Braden.
like Brittany or
Oh,
Brittany.
God. Yeah, that's bad.
But like on the opposite hands, like I love like African inspired names that are like
Okay.
pretty interesting. Like there's a girl that I graduated with called Britannius
Okay.
that I really like. That was like awesome name.
Yeah.
Her last name's Smith.
Britannius Smith.
Yeah, but it's like Britannius. That's like a
Yeah, that's
like it's like Britain.
Yeah, that's
and
a
then
fucking
something else.
Roman name.
Yeah,
almost.
that's a really cool name.
Have you watched Vinland Saga?
No, it's on the list.
Oh, it's so good.
Yep, it's on the list.
Yeah.
Leon, yes, Leon.
Leon. Have you played Resident Evil 4?
No, actually, I've
we do
played
the.
Oh, Sia, what game? If we're gonna do a versus game, should we play? Because we were thinking like, I threw out Super Mario Kart for the Super NES.
Jamie got it. I prefer Go-Tit.
I prefer Go-Tit as
Jamie
well.
Go-Tit.
You threw out Resident Evil, but Wheel of Fortune, like one of those terrible.
I don't think we do real. I think the big series is Dark Souls, Resident Evil, Zelda. That's the big drunk series.
absolutely need a palate cleanser.
No, we're
from
going
this.
straight into Dark Souls 2, baby.
I will be insufferably.
We're streaming 5 days a week.
Like
5 days of Dark Souls 2 every day, all day,
Right.
5 hours. No, we'll do a palate cleanser.
It'll just be me like doing like this.
This.
While you play the game.
Please. No more. Okay, let's see if we can do it fucking this time.
I think Sia wants us to play San Francisco Rush 2049.
I think I
For the
like the
Dreamcast.
idea of a racing game. I like
Right?
the
It's just
idea-
like it's so.
I like the
I think it's
idea-
out of our both wheelhouses.
Yeah, and I like the idea of a game that we play together. There we. Ooh, we're getting cummed on. Perfect. Ooh, perfect. What a great start. What a great start to this action.
But I don't want to like if we're gonna do that racing game, I want it to be like Need for Speed Underground 2.
Ooh, we did it. Oh,
Nice.
we fucking did it, boys.
Good job.
We fucking did it, boys. Hell yeah, she can't do shit to us in here. Oh yeah.
Is it a
Ooh.
female?
It's a woman. So this is the Witch of Izalith. Not the big tree, but when she attempted to recreate the first flame, she created this instead, the Bed of Chaos. And for the last, 1,000 years, there was dialogue about this. I should have talked to the fucking woman. But for the last, 1,000 years, she's been this little malformed bug creature suffering down here. And her daughter, the pyromancy teacher that I keep going back to but never talking to, who I've gotten all these spells from, she, begs you, she's like, please, let my mother free. I know what she did was wrong, but hasn't she suffered enough? So yeah, and then we just, boop. And she's dead.
Okay.
She's gone. We did it. Oh my god, I can't believe I actually fucking did that. I hate this boss so much.
Good job.
Yeah, I know.
Do you want to stay up all night watching Game of
Do you want it to be a competing game or a cooperative game? I would
think
like
cooperative,
to do cooperative.
is more what we're leaning to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so but we don't want to do It Takes Two. Me and Heather are going to do A Way Out.
Uh-huh.
Heather thinks Stardew Valley would be insufferably boring. We did both talk about playing
Oh,
Minecraft.
Sia did introduce me to this game. So it is a comically bad, so bad it's good. The gameplay isn't bad, but the story is incredibly campy, weird. It's late 90s, early 2000s cooperative horror game. In the vein of early Resident Evil with the fixed camera angles and stuff. But the shtick is both players control this huge cast of characters, and characters can die permanently. Your choices can permanently affect the way the story plays out.
Yeah, like that Butterfly Effect game.
Yeah,
kind of. Okay.
except better. Okay. I'm just kidding. I love Until Dawn.
Okay,
Until
yeah,
Dawn
that's
is
exactly what I was talking
yeah,
about.
it's
Thank
really
you.
good.
What was the game?
I don't remember the name of it, but I remember Sia telling me about it. I'm sure Sia will drop it in chat any minute now. Any minute now.
Is there something if we were to do a narrative-based game that's not
Obscure, except worse. LOL, yeah. Obscure. is the name of it, yeah.
I was gonna say if we were gonna do a game that's not fundamentally cooperative, would you be okay doing a narrative game in which, when Chapter 2 starts, I take the controller?
Yeah, but at that point, I would just want to watch you play the whole game.
Yeah, I would want to swap back and forth.
Why would you want to swap it?
I don't know.
What game do you have in mind for this?
I don't know. I was just throwing out like a Until Dawn.
Yeah,
your narrative.
I know people play we could play. What I think would be really fun is we got all of our friends together for a stream.
Okay.
We played Until Dawn, Man of Medan, all of those Dark Pictures anthology games, where each person controls a character.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
So once it's out of your hands, it's out of your hands, and whatever choices.
That's
they
a really
make,
good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea.
And we just all hang out and drink and play games and stream it.
The dream.
Yeah, I think we do that when our clout is a little bit more than what it is now. We got.
I'm trying.
Yeah,
We
I'm
gotta-
not. I'm actively trying.
No, you do Reddit posts and stuff.
Yeah, but I could be putting more effort in.
Yeah, but I could be putting more effort in too.
Yeah,
so.
true. I wouldn't be able to watch y'all play those because I plan on playing them myself. Although I'm already watching the Quarry. So is the Quarry out now? I need to buy those fucking games because I
On sale. You just need to wait till they're on sale.
Yeah, they're on sale every fucking month though.
All right. Would you be? What about a compromise type thing? Okay.
Yeah.
We do a Zelda game.
Okay. Well, I think we do the Zelda game anyway. I don't think we do that right now.
Well, I'm saying that this kind of compromises everything.
Okay.
You ready for this idea?
Yeah.
I do Oracle of Ages. You do Oracle of Seasons.
Those are. I've wanted to replay those games for a long time. So she's the Pyromancer's daughter.
Very well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks you after you for your mother.
I suppose I can call you
Ooh,
fool.
Don't
we could
starve
play Don't Starve
Together?
That's a good
I
one.
can hardly thank
I don't know
you.
anything about that series,
Please take
unfortunately.
Neither do I.
It is all of me.
There's a waspy boy.
Yeah, it's fine. So, level up our extended flame a little more.
Thank you.
It would be funnier since y'all aren't familiar with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we could do multiplayer EU4. Europa Universalis.
Is that multiplayer?
Yeah. Like if you get just the base game because I have all the DLC, you have all the DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now go. Don't you
We can
dare
do it.
let yourself go hollow, lest my time
I
spent
will
on
be
you
the
wasted.
Prussian knight.
Okay.
And you can be anybody you fucking want because I will stomp fucking.
Oh, it's
Mussolini.
competitive?
It's competitive. It's kind of like diplomacy,
Okay.
where it's cooperative until it's competitive.
I think it would be a funny stream if just once you got to fucking rag on me. Okay, I'm dipping for my stream. Bye, y'all. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I think it would be pretty funny to just watch you just like fucking body me in a game, or like just idiot savant. I'm great at it.
Oh, you could be
Yeah.
like army composition, like you just come up the gate knowing infantry, cavalry, and artillery, like
Yeah.
what configuration to use.
Yeah, and you're like, oh fuck.
Dude, if I lost as Prussia to whoever you were playing,
Yeah.
it would be a fucking.
I will be
insult.
playing. I don't know what I'm playing. Some funny country.
France is pretty good.
Yeah, but I want to play like
Sweden.
a mini country. No,
Sweden's
no.
pretty solid.
I want to be like.
There's literally an achievement called Sweden is not overpowered because the devs are based in Sweden.
Yeah.
And they made Sweden the strongest
Super
fucking
overpowered.
country. Yeah.
Maybe I'll play Sweden as like. a
Castile.
handicap.
Castile's solid. The Ottomans are the best nation for the most of the game. But then they get outclassed towards the 1700s.
We hate to see it.
You hate to
never
see it?
want to get outclassed during the 1700s.
You understand. You get it.
Yeah.
You get it.
The 1700s are like the most important era. If I can wield this.
I have accurate crops for the city that you got your starting in. Like, accurate harvest times for the food.
You've gone the extra mile.
Oh my god, it's fucking stupid. It all goes back to like when I had to look up bat mating habits for a player about their
What
fucking.
player did you have to look up bat mating habits?
He was
for?
he was a rogue vampire who wanted a bat pet,
Mm-hmm.
and he kept rolling well, so he got a little bat pet.
Yeah.
And so I had to describe like guano.
Ah. Fun. Do you want to see the base cannon in action?
Yeah.
This is the base cannon. Thinking about using the base cannon for a little bit. We need to get the base cannon up to snuff though. It's almost as fucking fast as the claymore.
It looks exactly the same to me.
No. The base cannon hits like
Hey, Johnny boy.
rock.
You okay? You my good boy? I love you. He's a good boy.
All right, where do we? Oh yeah, we didn't. I got to show you the secret. I meant to do this at the start of the thing, but I forgot. So, you remember how like we're like betraying Gwen now?
Yes.
So we're gonna find out something. We're gonna test a theory.
Okay.
We're gonna find out something important here. We're gonna find out this is all a lie. This is all a ruse. That Gwen is trying to trick undead, or Gwen's servants are trying to trick undead.
So that we chose the
Into
right
sac-
thing.
Maybe, debatably.
Debated.
There's no easy
Okay.
answer at the end
Okay.
of Dark Souls.
When did this game come out?
2011.
Okay.
Yeah, it came out the same year as Skyrim. And Skyward Sword.
Really?
Mhm.
Gross.
This is a much more advanced game than either of those two.
Not the Skyrim.
It advanced in a different way than Skyrim. The approach this game takes to combat and like action-oriented combat is like way more advanced.
Oh yeah, yeah. Than just like a troll.
Yeah. Bum bum
You're
bum
dead.
bum bum. Da-da-da, bum bum. Yeah.
I'll get you, Imperial. Ah!
What's your favorite Elder Scrolls game?
I'm actually not a big fan of Morrowind.
Yeah.
Like I played Morrowind very late,
Yeah.
and so I'm
People
not a
fucking
huge
love that
fan.
shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's Skyrim, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't have a high opinion of the Elder Scrolls franchise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Skyrim. I mean, Skyrim was a defining fucking event in our friend
Yeah,
group.
no, I like
You know,
it's
11,
mine is
11,
probably
11.
also Skyrim.
You know, but like Oblivion wasn't that good. I liked Oblivion. You know,
People love Oblivion.
oh, I liked it fine, but like I think Skyrim's better than Oblivion in almost every way.
I know there are people out there that hate Skyrim.
And I can understand why. Like, it's not... It's dumbed down a lot of the stuff from Morrowind. It's like 5e to Pathfinder 2e.
Yeah.
But there's merit in what it does. And, like, the mods and everything
Oh,
that
I
can
meant
be
to ask,
used.
what's your favorite thing about 5th edition?
The ubiquitousness of it is probably my answer.
What do you mean by the ubiquitous?
Like, 5e is so popular. Like Justine knows 5e.
Yeah.
Like, it's so popular now that, like, it opens the doors for playing with so many people.
Yeah, you can sit down and
Right.
play with whoever.
Right, and luckily, she and other people are, like, willing to take a chance on Pathfinder 2.
Yeah. And it's like, it's easy to pick up and put down.
Yes, exactly.
It's easy to pick up, it's easy to put down. You can just really do whatever. Okay, so watch this.
Okay. How did you do that?
So she's actually an illusion. She's not real. If you notice, you get no souls. The sun is an illusion
That
too.
tarnisheth the godmother's image. I am Gwyndolin. And thy transgression shall not go unpunished.
It's dark.
Thou shalt perish in the twilight of Anor Londo.
And this is what I mean by people thinking that when the sun is supposed to be dead, because when the sun goes out here, people theorized that it was actually supposed to be the sun going out over the whole world.
Okay.
The whole sun was fake, because she's fake, and Gwyndolin and Frampt are trying to convince undead to follow. They're sitting like all this pageantry, that's like this grand charade to convince undead to succeed Lord Gwyn, because they want the Age of Fire to continue.
Okay.
They don't want the Age of Dark to take over.
I thought the Age of Human was after the Age of...
Yeah, the Age of Men is the Age of Dark.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But there's going to be some nuance to that, as we'll find out shortly.
Okay.
What's your least favorite thing about 5th edition?
How, like, levels 1, 2, and 3 kind of don't matter.
Yeah.
And then you almost never see level 15 to 20 play.
Yeah, I would agree.
How about you? Do you have a
It's pretty much for the most part. I like the ease of play. I like the advantage and disadvantage system. On a core level, I do like all of the classes and class options. I'm beating my ass. But I don't know. I don't like how I don't like the limited choice. While I do admire a lot of the reduced scope, I don't like all of it. I think a lot of people's complaints with 5th edition are overblown. Because some people who are like, it's a terrible system, it's the worst, and no.
No, you can't say that after a system that came out
Yeah.
8 years ago now at this point, right?
Yeah.
2014.
What are you
That
broken?
that has been responsible for the greatest expansion in
of
D&D history.
ever. Yeah. I think it's a system with flaws and problems, for sure.
But that's every system.
Yeah, that's every system.
Yeah, you know.
How do you think Pathfinder 2nd Edition is going to be?
2.6.
Bye, I just got back. Well, thank you for tuning in, Nico Damas. Enjoy Sia and Hannah's stream more than ours.
I am worried that it won't be remembered at all. I'm doing my best to try to be a proponent of it. Mm-hmm. But I am worried.
There's a lot of great stuff.
Right, like there's so many Pathfinder 1E diehards.
I forgot about her.
You, was it? How dare you produce a blade upon a deity? How did you ever get this far? I shall end your suffering here and now. It is the least that I can do.
God, I forgot about her. She's so strong.
But how?
Oh, I just one-shot her. Holy fuck. I forgot we're a girl.
Is a threat. Mr. Gwyndolin.
You forgot we're a girl?
I forgot we're a girl.
You fucking sexist.
I'm a sexist, dude. Oh, so have I told you about Rat Punisher?
I don't think
Or
so.
Mouse Punisher? So while we were living up in New York, we had a mouse problem.
Okay.
So a lot of people, this job was really turbulent. A lot of people quit. Our two housemates, who were super cool, Sammy and Casey, they were great. They left after a point of time.
So like they had left the house?
They left the job.
But they stayed at the house.
No, they stayed in the house for like a day afterwards, and then they went home after that. But like, the reason why they left, I get it, because like there was a day where they worked crazy overtime, and like the job was just nuts to begin with.
Right.
But like all this huge COVID outbreak was happening. You know, they were working crazy overtime. Me and Robert were off, so they came in, and it was just them and our 2 head chefs at the time on shift. They worked double. They worked a double, and they literally prepped breakfast, lunch, and dinner, while our 2 head chefs did nothing. They made salad, and that was like it.
Okay.
And there wasn't so much as like a thank you. They got like just bitched at the whole time when they were like, "Hey, we're gonna take our meal break." One of our chefs was like, "Ugh, fine," and it's like, what are you fucking doing?
Right.
Yeah. If you were a chef, if you're a professional chef watching this, fucking get an attitude adjustment. Fuck you.
Right. I mean,
like-
you can't talk to people like that
No.
anymore. Like
Yeah.
the you have to be at least a decent fucking human.
Human. Well,
or people are gonna quit.
like kitchen environments are so wild. There's no other workplace that like where like the behavior that your boss gets away with.
I feel like construction maybe so.
Probably, yeah. It's the jobs nobody wants to do. Hard
Yeah.
jobs where you're working with your hands that have like an environment of like toxic masculinity kind
Yeah.
of baked into it.
Yeah.
But like after that day happened, they were like, COVID's going on. We hate getting disrespected like this. We're leaving. So it was
Right.
just me and Robert in the house. Robert got COVID, so I got a hotel room. I left. I was seeing friends. You know, I was in this hotel room because I didn't want to get COVID. I was going out to bars. Robert had COVID, so he was alone in this house in the middle of the woods with COVID, with no social interaction,
Okay.
except for like occasionally getting to talk on FaceTime with me or some other friends of his. And there were mice. We had like a semi-bad mouse problem because it was way out in
Right.
upstate New
Yeah.
York.
Yeah.
And we
Getting
had all these
cold,
mouse
coming in
traps
the
set
house.
up, but there was one mouse in particular in Robert's room. It kept coming back. So he was like-
Jebediah.
yeah. Well, the mouse has a name. It's
Okay.
Mouse Punisher. It's Frank Castle. But Robert set up a mouse trap to kill it. So at one point, Robert was downstairs. I'm gone. Robert hears the trap go off because he's downstairs watching TV. He's like, I hate killing mice. It's unethical. It's gross.
Right.
But I'm just going to ignore that and let it die. Because he heard like struggling
Yeah.
and rasped breathing. And he was
Yep.
like, ah.
Yep.
But then he goes back upstairs and the trap is gone. And the mouse with it. He's like, oh God. Oh fuck. And then
It's
he sees
pissed.
this big mouse with the trap still attached to it looking at him from the corner of the room. And he's like, ah! And the mouse just disappears.
Yeah.
And like it skitters back into the darkness. And he's like, oh fuck, oh fuck. So the next day I get back and he's like, Jamie. And I was like, what? He was like, you left me alone. And I was like, what's going on? And he's like, there's Mouse Punisher. And I was like, what? He was like, I tried to kill a mouse and it wants revenge. So for weeks he kept setting up
Oh
the
my
crazy
God.
part is that night, the night I got back, when he was cleared from COVID, he found the trap empty, left as a warning in the middle of the room that Mouse Punisher was coming for him.
Right.
And he's like, no! So he sets up traps all over his room. He puts peanut butter and cheese in them as bait.
Yeah.
And he starts finding traps one by one, untriggered, with the bait gone. And he's like, what is this mouse? What did I do?
Right.
Is it going to kill me? Is it going to hurt me?
Yeah.
What is it capable of?
Taunting him.
So like we've created this whole like lore where like the mouse is like the good guy and it's like seeking this like just
okay.
revenge on Robert. Robert like killed because like he killed several of the mice and that was like Mouse Punisher's wife and children. So he was
damn. It
stalking.
drove- he created his own villain.
Yeah, he was stalking and like trying to frighten Robert as much as possible before
Uh-huh.
he eventually took his revenge. It ran across Robert one night in his sleep and he was like, no! And it took forever. He finally killed it. Like
Oh,
he
my
finally
God.
caught it in a trap after like weeks and it died. And he looked at it and it was like, we'd been calling it Frank, like Frank Castle, like the Punisher. And it was a girl mouse, like it was a female mouse. And he was like,
okay.
oh, Mouse Punisher was a woman.
Yeah.
Look at us making assumptions.
Yeah. The toughest mouse.
Yeah. But just the fact that it like survived the trap and then like left it there was wild.
That's great. I support Mouse Punisher and the comic series to follow.
Yeah.
I feel like you've been doing a pretty good job.
Dark Souls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing uncharacteristically well playing this game. Like,
When do you want to swap over to Sia?
let's do this boss,
Okay.
and then we'll swap over to Sia. Good lord. boss is going to be a time. Oh, I should probably kindle.
What is Kindle?
Just offering humanity to the bonfire so that I get my Estus up to 10 instead of 5. This boss can be kind of tricky. Boss is Gwendolyn. It is Gwyn's second-born son.
Okay.
He was raised in the tradition of a woman under the moon. And it is, this is actually Gwyn's tomb. Gwyn's body isn't here, but it is the tomb that was erected in Anor Londo in commemoration of him. All of the other gods have left by this point. It is just Gwendolyn sitting alone on his father's grave, waiting for an undead to like fall into the ploy that he and Frampt have laid and succeed his father.
Which is to permanently stave off the Age of Dark.
Yeah, to stave off the Age of Dark and continue the Age of Fire.
Okay. But your humanity being restored means you're not undead.
You are undead, you're just an undead human. I'm no longer hollow, like I'm no longer in my hollow state. Okay. That is one thing that I like about this game, is like they contextualize the respawn mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you are, you know, an undead and all this jazz. Yeah, so this boss fight's interesting. It's one of the more memorable boss fights in the game.
Heretic.
Curious to see what you think of it.
Do they respond differently if you're pro Gwendolyn?
You do not fight this boss if you're pro.
Ah,
yeah.
okay, good.
To trample upon the tomb of the great Lord. I am the dark sun, Gwendolyn. Let the atonement for thy felonies commenceth.
This is like a very Zelda boss.
Okay.
So we're stuck in this like ever long hallway.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have to sprint?
No, but Gwendolyn's going to be shooting stuff at us, so I'm trying to move as
okay.
fast as possible. And you try to like get on him and smack him as many times as you can before he teleports further back.
Okay. You did a solid chunk there.
Yeah. We are a little over leveled for this boss fight. But this boss also just does a fuckload of damage.
Yeah.
Like some of his spells could probably one-shot me at this point.
Good hits, good hits.
Yeah. Most people do this boss, if they take this route, they finish this boss after they finish Anor Londo the first time. Like they do it right after Ornstein and Smough. Oh no, oh no, oh no! Okay,
Ooh.
sip it, sip it, baby. Sip it. Alright, he should be dead.
Dose sippos.
There we go.
Oh, heretic, swathed in dark, an eternal curse upon thee.
So we did it, we beat Gwendolyn.
We beat Gwendolyn. PewDiePie did a blind playthrough of this game for his first run through, and his fight with Gwendolyn is like legendary in the community because it's so funny.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
because like when this game came out, nobody had any idea how to play it. Like everybody was dying left and right. It garnered its reputation as like a really, really difficult game. And it's just like it's just so funny watching. Danny Enzuru is playing Temtem instead of tuning into our stream.
Is Temtem the Pokemon game?
I have no clue what
I think
is.
Temtem is like the Pokemon game.
The Pokemon game?
Like it's made by people who actually give a shit and like they're trying to advance the Pokemon formula.
Where do you stand on the whole Pokemon debate?
Everything after Gold and Silver is garbage.
So here's my thing.
Garbage.
I don't think that everything after Gold and Silver is garbage.
Then you're wrong.
So I don't think there are I definitely think that Game Freak gets repetitive. I think there are criticisms you can level at it. I think you can say that Game Freak for sure abandons their gimmicks too early. But like looking at the Sword and Shield controversy from an outside perspective, like I have no emotional attachment to Pokemon. I haven't played a Pokemon game in years. I will probably never play a Pokemon game again. But like, I think what you're seeing is there is this group of people. There's a lot of people that have a really strong attachment to this game. And have had a strong attachment to it since childhood, right? So
I
you get
agree.
really passionate about it. You get really inflammatory and angry about it. But I think what we're seeing is like this kind of refusal to accept that these games are essentially no longer really made for them. These games are made for children. They're made for 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, and there's nothing wrong with enjoying that as an adult. Like as an adult, you're free to enjoy children's media as much as you want. Children's media can be great and impactful. But a lot of the complaints I see, they're like the games aren't mechanically rich. These games aren't, they don't have these moody, invested storylines. Why isn't Game Freak experimenting with this and this? But these games, fundamentally, they're not for an audience that would appreciate those kind of things. These games are built for kids who want to go on adventures with their magic dog. And fight other magic dogs with their magic dog. And I do think that there are fair criticisms you can level at these games for sure. Sword and Shield has problems. A lot of these games have problems, but the untold there are levels of vitriol that I see leveled at Game Freak and Nintendo by the fan base that just don't seem reasonable to me, if that makes sense.
I disagree.
Okay.
50%.
Okay, what do you disagree with and what do you agree with?
That there is a space in the culture for both.
Okay.
If you wish to cycle and capture the proverbial 10-year audience every 5 years, you are free to do that, as Pokemon has tried to do.
Yeah.
And you can grow with your player base as well. There is enough money. I mean, Game Freaks is obscenely rich.
Yeah.
Maybe not Game Freaks. Maybe it's the Pokemon company.
Yeah.
There's an interesting contractual relationship between Nintendo, Pokemon, and Game Freaks. That there is somebody on the short end of that stick. So I might be misspeaking. But you could have grown the series with your aging audience and had the Disney-esque recapture the young generation every time as well.
I do.
And I think the recapturing of the young generation is like Dark Souls, in which it is hollower every time
you do it.
You have tried to do it at this point now.
And I do think there's some truth to that. I do think that the series could have been much more advanced than it is now. There are gimmicks.
I wouldn't even say gimmicks or advanced. I would just like to not start with a grass, fire, and water starter.
Yeah, I think.
That's it.
I think you can get richer storylines out of the games beyond just beat the champions, beat the Elite Four, go there. There's a team because they do that in Black and White.
Right.
Yeah. What you doing? Oh, fair. I think they do that in Black and White. I think you can do that for sure. I think.
And even that wasn't a great story.
Yeah.
When you have the level of money that these organizations have,
Yeah.
there's no excuse.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd buy that.
There's no excuse.
It's very hard and very expensive to produce these projects.
Yes, but you have resources is not an issue at this point. It's not. Greed is holding you back at this point.
I mean, do you think they will inevitably change the formula? Because there was all this backlash about Sword and Shield, but Sword and Shield sold
sold
really
incredibly well.
Yeah, despite the backlash.
Boom. Why would you change?
Yeah, fair. And I think that's part of it too. Is it only seems like there's a portion of the audience that cares. So
what's the right word? Verbosely.
Yeah, aggressively about this this issue.
Niche issue.
Yeah. I'm gonna before we switch over to Stream, I want to get the base cannon going.
What is the base cannon's a sword, right?
The base cannon's a Zweihander. So the sword we're gonna use for.
But Pokemon could have grown. It could have made the Bravely default system.
Yeah.
Which emphasizes offense and defense. You could
But
have not started.
Do you think that Bravely Default's mechanics as a game are so refined and simple while offering a layer of additional depth that a 10-year-old could play Bravely Default?
Yes.
Yeah, you think so?
Just attacking multiple times or defending multiple times to get more attacks.
See, I played Octopath Traveler by the same team, and I struggled with portions of Octopath
See,
Traveler.
I haven't played that yet.
Yeah. I don't think that I could. I don't think the 10-year-old could play and beat Octopath Traveler. There are sections of that game that are just.
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't played, but I think Bravely Default, which the whole system was just brave, or default to like increase your offense or defense, whatever you're trying to do, is something that a 10-year-old who is keeping Skarmory on their team because it's a defensive wall, like understands, like, oh, and it's flying, so it's immune to ground attacks.
Yeah.
You know, like
that kind of like base level understanding.
Right. Yeah, and so and then that at the same point you also advance the formula for your aging audience, and you don't start out with a grass, fire, water starter the next game. Like Gold and Silver, at least one, it was the first time you repeated the formula, so there was some novelty still left intact.
Yeah.
But you also go back to Red and Blue. The second half of that game is you going back to Kanto.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. Like you go and you fight these gym leaders, and the lore has changed. Like, there's different gym leaders.
Yeah.
Because things have happened, and
Yeah,
they're all higher levels and stuff like that.
Okay.
And it's not particularly challenging, but it's just interesting to go back. But then Ruby and Sapphire come out,
Okay.
and it's a grass, fire, water starter.
Yeah.
And there's 8 gyms.
Okay.
And there's Elite Four.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you feel like a little second, but at that
Right,
point.
and then at Diamond and Pearl, and like I didn't really like the character designs that much. But whatever, it was just meh.
Yeah.
And then there's Diamond Pearl, and you start with a grass, fire,
Or
water
water
starter.
starter.
There's 8 gyms, and there's 4
Do the
elite
thing.
Fours.
Okay.
And then you've got black and white, and you start with a grass, fire, water
Yeah.
starter, and there's Elite Four.
Yeah.
And then there's black and white 2, and you start with a grass, fire, water starter.
Okay.
Elite Four.
You think?
And there's
that-
Sun and Moon,
Yeah.
and you start with a grass, fire, water starter.
You think at some point like they hit?
And that's when the gym changes, and you're like, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting. And you hop back into it, and it's slow.
Yeah.
It is incredibly, and I don't mean, one, the narrative is slow. Like, it's clearly designed for 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's explaining, like, haha. But, like, the menu comes up slow. You hit fight slow.
And there's the A button
Your
spam, and you're
thing
like,
slow.
fuck.
And then this guy explains it slow, and then you walk through this grass slow.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Okay.
It's just god awful.
Yeah.
And I think when you have that amount of money, you could have made a Pokemon that advanced with its audience, and you could have done something really interesting with it, rather than trying to make Lightning Strike the same place 9 times.
How do you feel about? How do you feel about the National Dex scandal?
I don't have an opinion on it. Like I really like at this point. There's so many Pokemon, and there's so many duplicate Pokemon, and there's Pokemon that do the exact same shit. You can leave some out, and it doesn't hurt my feelings any.
Yeah.
Like I don't care.
So I know that was a big thing.
Yeah, and like that, it can you can latch on to the greed aspect. Like, hey, you got plenty of money, animate all these fucking dudes, right? Especially if you're going to use it as an opportunity to milk your fan base to go buy the other games, to transfer to it, so you could do yada yada.
Yeah.
But I don't mind that. I hate the recycling of the formula at this point more than I hate any
Other
exclusion
controversy.
left for some reason or another.
Yeah, and I get that.
There's
the
like
formula
40
is
dog
definitely-
Pokemon. You know, there's like
yeah,
30
like
rat
how many
Pokemon.
of these do we genuinely
right.
need?
Right, and it's just
Yeah.
like whatever.
Why do you why do you care?
Yeah, it's just
like
like
who
my
gives a fuck
favorite.
about Zigzagoon? Like
I fucking love Zigzagoon.
you fucking love Zigzagoon. You're strongly emotional.
I'm strong. Now, Furret, is that what Zigzagoon evolves into? No, that's
I
what
don't
Sentret evolves into.
I don't know, dude.
Silcoon? No, something.
I didn't know Zigzagoon evolved. I thought it was just Zigzagoon.
Zigzagoon was a great HM slave.
Yeah.
Like you could put like it could learn Surf, Cut, Strength. Like
Yeah.
that was a bad mechanic that eventually got phased out.
Yeah.
You know, and so it shows you, hey, you can learn. You
Yeah,
know?
and like that's where I think the fair criticism is leveled. Is there? It's like with the whole Mega Evolutions and X, Y, and Z. Like Game Freak has clearly shown that they want to expand the formula in some directions. They want to change the formula, but they give up on their
Right.
gimmicks like very, very easily.
Just don't do a gimmick. Do something that's like mechanically impactful.
Yeah.
You're rich enough. You're smart enough. I believe in you.
I don't want to say gimmicks. They give up on their changes.
It's gimmick. No, it's gimmicks. Like,
Yeah, you think so?
yeah, the Mega Evolutions is a gimmick.
Yeah.
It's 100% a gimmick. It's designed to be big and showy,
Yeah.
and it's worthless. It is absolutely worthless.
That's how you feel about it?
Yes. Yes. And instead, do like something that involves, because Pokemon is about it's about dogfighting.
Yeah.
It's about the combat. Do
Yeah.
something mechanically interesting
That-
with the combat.
yeah, it makes
that
it
is not a
deeper.
one-off boss monster
Mhm.
fucking thing.
Okay.
Do something like change the amount of Pokemon you can hold. You,
Oh,
you can only have 2 or
That'd be
12.
interesting.
You know, and see where that takes you. Maybe you have to use this Pokemon to, you know, maybe there's a. You have to overcome some type of obstacle, not involving HMs, but like involving Pokemon that are boss monsters that just one hit KO, one hit KO, one hit. And like, that's your Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Like timing, or have group battles in which you have like 6 Pokemon in the field at one time against one guy.
Yeah.
And it's much more like an RPG managing different classes
Yeah.
type thing.
Interesting.
Like you can push it, you know, and you have time to push it because you're clearly not making anything new,
Yeah.
you know, and you're clearly not spending more than $5 in the story. So, no, you're not. You're not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're not. And so yeah, I still believe, I still have faith, but I will never buy. I've been burned too many times to ever buy a Pokemon game
Pokemon again.
Yep.
Interesting.
I'll never do it. I bought like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon thinking that it was going to recapture. I bought Black, I think, thinking it was going to recapture.
Yeah, but it
And
never.
it's diminishing
nothing
returns.
ever,
Right.
you know.
It's just hollow.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do you feel? So, have you played a Fire Emblem game yet? These
Three
are
Houses.
games I want to play on stream from the beginning.
We can do 3 houses.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
do 3 houses. Well, I want to go back and play like the old ones, like the GBA games, the GameCube games.
Yeah,
Is there-
I've heard decent things about like the first one for
The early ones.
Super Famicom. I
Yeah.
think.
Well, Shadow Dragon Blade of Light is old, dude.
Yeah.
It's dated. But there are like interesting. There's an interesting discussion about where that franchise is headed compared to where it's been.
Yeah.
The franchise has changed enormously. So like, what makes Fire Emblem special, or to me, what made Fire Emblem special, was you got this huge cast of characters,
Right.
And they could build relationships with each other. Like you could, in one playthrough, they could fall in love with someone, and a playthrough they could fall in love with someone totally different. They could be best friends with someone in one playthrough, and the next playthrough be best friends with someone totally different.
Right.
They had all these interconnected, like dynamic relationships, right? That were unconnected to the main story of the game. Like they helped flesh out the setting and the world, and made your characters really care. And then those characters could die
Right.
in combat. They could be killed permanently.
Yep.
And permadeath was always a choice, but you could essentially, you know, when immediately as that character died, turn your Game Boy off, go back in, start the chapter over, because
Right.
it wouldn't auto save until the character died.
Right.
Which is a dumb way of doing it, but I think
To escape your
the
consequences.
pure way to play the game is to run it through, and the game was designed around that.
Right.
Like you would get so in Sacred Stones, early on you get like a unit called Nemi, and she's an archer, and she might make it far enough that she's a sniper, and you could build this whole interaction with her and like her childhood best friend Calm, and they could fall in love, and she could become, you know, really close friends with Erica, who's the princess who's leading this army. But if she died, like, you know, Calm lost his girlfriend, Erica lost her best friend.
Right.
She's dead. But you would get later in the game a character named Innes. He comes in already promoted as a sniper with opportunities for like character development and stuff on his own. So that unit would be replaced. Like, as you still get the punishment of losing that narrative experience. You get the punishment of losing that unit. But later in the game, you get a unit that can fill that unit's role if you need to.
Right.
Um,
Mechanically.
yeah, and I don't know. People didn't like permadeath, or like the casual audience for Fire Emblem didn't like permadeath.
Because it hurts their little feelings.
Yeah, and like so, like the game has the franchise has shifted in order to survive. The franchise has made a lot of changes where there's like a casual mode that removes permadeath.
Right.
There's like it's gotten this really heavy focus on like pairing characters up romantically and like making them, you know, have, you know, it's become like kind of a dating sim in a way. It's like this, like,
Yep.
some people call it like waifu wars, where like the female characters have become like egregiously like sexualized.
Right.
So you can have like and like even the male characters to an extent. But, like the fun is like, and that was always a part of the game's fun. but it was never the whole focus.
Okay.
Like if you wanted to, in Sacred Stones, there's two characters, Kyle and Ford, and they have like this. They're kind of like brothers, and they have like this witty back and forth banter all the time. And in that game, you know, each of them can get a love interest. They have plenty of like cool, fun love interests. Or you can max out their support tree with each other, and they're just two homies who like care about each other. Like, yeah, and you can like see that brotherly relationship develop.
Okay.
So it never had to be just like a dating simulator kind of fantasy.
What game was this?
This was Sacred Stones. It's my favorite Fire Emblem game.
Okay.
But yeah, like so, like now, not only is there a mode that completely removes permadeath, but they've added in the game before Three Houses, Shadows of Valentia, and in Three Houses, there's what's called a turn wheel, which literally lets you
rewind
yes. turns, and it's just the game. I don't know.
I agree.
And I feel like people are missing out on a part of what made that experience really special. And it's like, because like, just give it a try. Like, just get invested in the characters. Feel sad when they die.
Right.
Make it to the end of the game knowing that you've lost people, knowing that you're people you could have saved. And then you can play it again, and while the core narrative doesn't change, you can use different characters, different, heroes. They can talk to, different characters than they did the first time. Different people can die. Like, it added a kind of variety to each playthrough. And this is going to be controversial, but, like, I think that's why the accessibility conversation, like, it can go too far.
Okay.
And it's why I'm glad they haven't gone too accessible with the Soul series, is because, like, this is going to sound random. Okay. Do you know, so in design, like product design in general, have you heard the phrase, there are no perfect products?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, no product can universally appeal to everyone.
Correct.
You have to narrow your niche and market to that niche.
Yeah.
And I think lately in video games, there's been this emphasis on making a video game that everybody can play. And I do agree to an extent, like blind people should be able to play video games, or like people that are like, like on the blind spectrum. Like hard
accessibility
of hearing,
from a physical
standpoint is important.
Right.
But like, Dark Souls being hard is a part of the core experience. It's what, like, being it being enigmatic and difficult to play, and like, it having these old like tropes, like that's a part of what drew people to the game in the first place.
Right.
And like when Elden Ring came out, it lacked
the mass appeal.
Elden Ring's a good game. I think they did a good job of making the game marketable to a wide audience while still like. There was a big controversy over the fact that Elden Ring does not have a quest log.
Okay.
You have to keep track of who everybody is and where everybody is and what to do in your own head.
Right.
And figure it out step by step.
Right.
And people hated that.
Boo-hoo.
There was a lot of complaining from like major news outlets and stuff, and it's like, but that's a part of the core appeal. That's not a problem.
Right.
That's a feature. That's what drew people to the game, was the mystery and meeting people organically, and then you run into them later and you're like, oh, I saw this guy before. I wonder if I do this on the other side of the map, if that'll affect something. Like, that's a part of the fun.
Yeah.
And sometimes I worry that we're at risk of like, because like Fire Emblem is, I enjoy Three Houses, but it's not what Fire Emblem was. Like, it doesn't, the franchise no longer resembles like anything that it used to be. Mm-hmm. Fire Emblem used to be these really Western fantasy inspired tales. They had the anime aesthetic, but they were these really Western fantasy inspired tales with a lot of complicated characters that could live and die, and it would be like a little story in your hands that you could play on your Game Boy. And like people could fall in love, people could die, people had like close friendships. And that affected the gameplay, because when a character was fighting near one of their loved ones, they would fight better. Mm-hmm. So you had this incentive to make characters like fall in love with each other, develop close friendships. But when they died, that loss was felt doubly as hard because you invested all this time into getting these statistical bonuses, and now they no longer mattered. And yeah, like it was this really unique kind of experience that's just gone. There were no other games like Fire Emblem, and now Fire Emblem games just aren't being made like that anymore. They've like really emphasized this kind of like anime, like waifu dating simulator, like elements over like what used to be like these more traditional like Japanese fantasy story or Western fantasy stories. And it's just, I don't know. there's something that's been lost there. And
Right.
like I don't know.
I mean, I can understand
Yeah.
that. But you know, and not to get too cynical, but like you know that like that inspiration will carry on. Like there will be
Yeah.
a spiritual successor to the original Fire Emblem experience, and maybe it's already out on Steam and we just don't even know.
There
about
is a game that came out this year called Triangle Strategy, Project
it.
Triangle.
I've heard of Triangle
Yeah,
Strategy.
it is a spiritual successor to the original Fire Emblem experience. People are like, it's the first Fire Emblem game to come out in
10 years.
10 years, yeah.
Right.
And it's inspired by others. It's inspired by old tactics RPGs. Like it takes
Right.
a lot of inspiration from Final Fantasy Tactics, like the original Final Fantasy Tactics. Like it's got permadeath, it's got political intrigue, it's got, you know, you can miss characters. Like you can miss the opportunity to have some people on your side that you could have had.
Right.
Which,
So why don't we play
yeah.
that?
I mean, I'm going to. I fully intend to play it.
You just don't want to play it with me.
I can play it on stream if you want. I haven't played it yet. I'm gonna buy it from Danny. It was funny because Danny was one of the people that like didn't like Fire Emblem, and when Fire Emblem started introducing more casual modes, she got super into it, and then she picked up Triangle Strategy and realized that it wasn't like current Fire Emblem, it was like old
Right.
Fire Emblem, and she was like, oh shit, I don't like this, and I was like, that's totally fine. Like not
Right.
everything's for everybody. So I was like, I'm gonna buy it from her. 'Cause she doesn't like permadeath. She doesn't like investing a lot of stuff into a unit and then having that unit die.
Right.
Which, like, for some, like, I get that. Like, I totally understand that.
Right.
But just don't, and that's the problem, is, like, I can say, but just don't buy it. Like, just let us have our thing. But I got to the point where, like, Fire Emblem...
But that's not how capitalism
Yeah,
works.
Fire Emblem was no longer profitable.
Yeah.
Like, Awakening was supposed to be the last game in the franchise. And Awakening sold so well because they introduced all these features that, you know, players that weren't into the more hardcore aspects of Fire Emblem enjoyed, that it sold really, really well, and it saved the franchise essentially. And Awakening is a good game. It's the game that comes after that's fucking...
So, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the game that comes after?
I don't remember the title of it. There's three of them. It's
Legacy.
they did it like Pokemon. There's three of
Radiant.
them. No, it's Fire Emblem. There's Conquest, Birthright, and another one. Fire Emblem. What is it called?
Are you even a real Fire Emblem fan?
I guess not.
While you think about it, I'm going to use the restroom.
Okay.
I'll break the seal.
Fire Emblem Fates. There was Fire Emblem Fates, Conquest, Birthright. Heather's interacting in their chat.
If that'll be all, you'll spoil my...
So yeah, it was Fates, it was Birthright, Conquest, and Revelations.
Okay.
And so, like, one thing they didn't is, like, Fire Emblem games would usually have different routes you could go down. And initially, like, it would all be in one game, you know?
Right.
But in this one, they split the three routes behind three separate titles. You had, like, I don't know, you had to, like, purchase a different game if you wanted to experience other routes. And it was, like, super dating simulator focused. Like, you could, like, take your titted up fucking sister back home and like rub her face. There was like all these features where you could like use you could use the DS stylus to like touch all the characters and like blow on them in the microphone. And that game wasn't well received, fortunately. So they toned back at a lot of those aspects. Like Shadows of Valentia, with the exception of the casual mode and the turn wheel, it recaptured the magic of old Fire Emblem because it's a remake of the second game, expanded greatly. And then Three Houses is good. There's a lot of stuff I like about Three Houses and a lot of stuff I don't. But like, it's getting to the point where the accessibility features have outweighed the features of the actual game. So there's so much stuff you have to just ignore
Right.
or like turn
To play the
off
core.
to play what was supposed to be the core experience.
Right.
Yeah. Do you want to switch it on over to Sia and do our React content?
Whenever you get ready.
Yeah, I'm done. I don't want to do any more housekeeping.
What about 3 housekeeping?
Three Houses is a good game in some ways. It's a flawed masterpiece.
Okay, so you switch when you get ready. We'll switch over the Bluetooth to the Raycoms.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Are they already connected to my?
I just turned them on. They should be in your history.
Yeah.
Is it really 30%? 80.
That was what was last registered
Okay.
at.
And then we'll have these guys charging right now
Cool.
in case it dies.
Let's back up. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's get. Hold on. Let's move this.
See Oblivion. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Are you popping up on your phone so you can chat?
Yes.
Cool. Let's make sure that we're. Why am I going to YouTube? Not what I want to be doing. I will see it up to 5 viewers. Nice.
Yep.
Oh, I see.
Can you run across that?
I don't think so.
You want to try?
Not really. I guess I will. Ah! I can't. Yo, it's the boys.
You guys have
We're hitting up your
stream
React
up
content.
on their stream.
Yeah, they're live reacting to our stream on stream. I think
We're going to be very critical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do a backflip.
Yeah.
Eurofax, do a backflip. What if I could? Ah!
All right. So how do we feel about the stream so far?
I mean, there's no chat overlay
Yeah.
on the
I'm gonna be
screen,
very
so we have to
careful.
keep this horrible,
Might
like,
not be mean.
all the pool
I
girls
said
you
your name
follow on the
correctly?
left.
Yeah.
It seems
Oh.
pretty self-explanatory to me.
I don't actually follow
Okay.
Amaranth. She's just
What
on
do you do now?
recommended channels.
Isn't that weird?
I don't know. The keys are in.
Isn't
there.
that strange?
Yeah.
Why could Twitch possibly be recommending Amaranth?
Can you turn up Autumn a little bit?
Can I
You
turn
need to get back
Autumn?
up there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe?
There we go. Yeah.
Was there anything else for me to do up there?
So what game are they
Was there like a
playing
spinny
right
thing?
now?
for
I think
you,
this
or-
is Metal Gear Rising.
I did. I saw it. Let me go back.
Oh, you.
Revengeance.
Yeah.
Revengeance. Revengeance.
Oh.
Revengeance?
Revengeance.
Okay, I was
thought
going
I
the
wasn't
wrong
standing under
way.
that.
Oh, I'm no
Jesus
longer
Christ.
subscribed. Wow.
Oh.
The new light does look solid,
Obama?
for sure.
I mean,
Ooh.
from a critic perspective, I
It's a
hate
mix
it.
of Latin
yeah.
and fantasy. Name legit translates
I
to
actually
shield
don't
dragon, and I
legit.
thought so too. Anyways, a certain werewolf. Setting.
Wait.
Oh,
Wait.
It's a mix of
Autumn,
Latin and fantasy.
Autumn.
That
Leave it alone.
Name translates
I'm
to shield
interacting
dragon.
with chat, Anna.
Like what? The lore
Like, underneath
behind
the
this
thing.
guy's
Right.
Yeah.
fucking username.
Yeah.
Isn't that gonna squish me?
Ah, damn it.
Oh,
And
okay,
then
now
go
I
to
can
your
mix
phone.
it up.
hit him with that Twitch Prime chat.
Do I?
Yeah.
What's
and then.
what's the name for our followers?
Okay.
Yeah, and
I don't know what it could possibly be.
I was
Oh.
thinking about calling them betters.
Yeah,
Like,
why?
they're just better.
They're
I
just
don't
better.
Hey, you
yeah,
have the key.
they're better than everybody
That's
else.
just better, yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, that's a really
Okay,
cool
I
idea for
respect
a
that.
username, Eurofax.
Is this what we've sunk into?
I was
Yes.
hoping for squish.
Uh,
personally. I mean,
advertising,
yeah, the whole fun of this
everything
game is
is
getting
content.
squished,
Advertising.
squishing each other.
Chamaze versus Diaz. The goats.
Hamaya versus Diaz.
That's Chamaeus. I may not know a lot, but I know English.
Oh god.
That's Chamaeo.
Hamaya. Yeah.
Running ad
What?
cello. Oh no, I forgot.
What about
that-
me?
Oh, it had me turn on my ad schedule. All right, hold on. Pause. For a
Oh
second,
wait.
Hannah.
So.
Hold
yeah.
on.
I remember when Autumn was an artist.
I remember when Autumn was an artist. I remember when this channel stood for something. I remember when this channel
And
was
now
run
it's
with
just
integrity.
corporate sellout
Corporate
greed.
Corporate greed.
Boo. Boo.
Woohoo, ads.
That means I need to open.
Product placement for great
My
value.
opening.
And Twizzlers.
So that I
Was
can
there one
know
for
when it's gonna
Twizzlers?
There's
run
one
ads.
right, like, on screen.
Where's it
Oh.
gonna tell me about my ads? Like, cause I have it set where it will
Got a Splatoon ad.
warn me of when it's about
Mine
to
goes
run
way in
ads.
theater
Yours goes
mode.
away
Woman
in
Creations.
theater
Do I know
mode.
who Woman Creation is?
Obama, please stop hassling me. Seriously. At least I have enough followers to be able to have ads.
Oh.
Fuck. Got him. Jesus.
Oh my god, I'm trying to get this set up where I can see both.
Controversy.
OBS and my...
Tune in.
Tune in to see our response.
Tune in
I
for
need a
more
third
drama.
monitor.
I need a second monitor. Like, what you mean, bro?
Where?
I have
I'm
a
just gonna have to-
laptop.
So do
Right.
I.
Granted,
just have...
it's a pink laptop, but you know.
Our video essay will be live this weekend.
I'm just gonna scooch this, and we're gonna... Oh, I can't scooch that. Scooch that. Where does it... So I have it set where it's gonna warn me of when... Okay, there is where it warns me about ads. Okay.
This is what we tune in for.
Scooch
Yep.
is a perfect word. It is a pretty good word.
Oh
need
god,
my
what's
chat to
another
be
good
bigger.
word?
Shenanigans?
Freedom.
Ooh, shenanigans is
I'm also
good.
chastising them
Goes-
from the couch.
They talked about how their versions of the DC universe would go. It was horrendous. Our
Oh.
DC.
Are the ads over?
Okay.
Are we good to play?
Yeah, they're off. I was just trying to sort out what's on my second monitor so I can...
Do you want to turn our thing off
I
so we can,
refuse
like,
to believe your
people
DC
and,
universe
like,
is
No.
flawless.
budget? the fact that a camera is watching us is making this very awkward.
This
for
is
me.
React
There
content.
we go.
We've been going for 3 hours. I
That's
think we can turn it off.
We got 6
No.
more minutes.
I'm
2-3 hours.
Oh,
So
okay, so
Oh,
6
I'm
minutes
not-
of React
6
content.
minutes,
I'm
yeah.
talking
Our
about my
DC
own
universe.
shit.
Oh, yeah, no,
How do
I'm
we feel?
talking
So,
about them.
The graphics of
I have my own shit.
I like the style of It
Yeah.
Takes Two. Yeah, like and
Yeah.
the story is decent enough.
Where
I don't know what they're
are
doing now. Is
I need to do
They should
some
probably look up a guide if they're
setups.
stuck.
Changing.
yeah.
this is not very
Okay.
good
All right. We got
content.
one key.
Mhm.
Do we go ahead and turn the key? What?
I just popped my neck.
Ow.
Kind of an Amanada just popped.
Overneck. Wow.
Do we
Riveting.
get the other key before we turn, or do
Incredible
we go ahead and
content.
turn
That's
the
what I was
thing?
wondering.
I feel like we're like the
Try
two.
to-
It takes 2 of us to turn
Muppets.
this thing.
yeah. We're
Yeah,
not being mean.
Oh, he's turning.
No, we're
Like
not.
actually turning. Yeah, I think I need a third monitor
Oh,
for
for instance.
Are we conservatives now?
OBS.
Did Ben Shapiro convert us?
Convert
my
us, yeah. Is Ben? Are we secretly Ben Shapiro?
Were we the real liberals all along?
Wait.
Yeah. Who knows?
Did we just do this one, or
No, I went to the other side.
This is pretty cool. There's like a lot of like grinding and stuff involved here.
Yeah.
hello?
And it's like
Phrasing.
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 Yeah. Alright, this is like it's a lot of clockwork stuff.
God.
That it was pretty interesting parts, and you can actually like split up and each like do a section and come back and meet
You're
up.
gonna hate this,
it was
Hannah.
it was a
Well,
pretty
maybe it
interesting
won't
part
be
of the
too
game.
I already hate it. I hate it. This is the worst. Okay,
Yeah,
wait,
sorry.
wait. I've got it.
Who's the
I've
better
got
player?
it.
Shit, I almost fell.
Probably. I think we know that's Autumn. Like for sure. This is Hannah's gonna play a lot of video games.
I will pick Hammer
Or
then.
what?
Be
Okay.
contrarian.
Okay, let's see who dies first.
Oh
Alright,
god, that was
alright.
so easy.
Whoever. All right, so if Autumn dies first, you drink. If Hannah dies
Like
first,
in
I drink.
comparison to
Okay.
like that,
There we
that
go. We
flippy
brought it
thing
up.
on
Branded
the
it.
space
Dropping
station.
in.
Oh my
React.
god.
Content. Yeah.
Oh,
See you, Clivia.
You're changing the platform.
Drunk reacts.
Yeah. I
platform
wish
is
it
this
would
game
give
on?
me a bigger screen.
Yeah, we're playing it on Steam. I want to say It's an EA game.
Yeah, it's an EA game.
Can I land on this? Fuck, I can't land on that.
Oh, wow, Sia died first. I have to drink.
Yeah,
Boom.
it's not
Well, I lose.
I want to say they were talking about putting it on everything but
That's the
Switch,
wrong
but I don't
way.
know if it's actually on everything but
A
Switch.
swear word, all I have is a Switch.
I don't know if we can swear in chat, but swear word, all I have is Switch. Yeah, you can swear in chat. Just no, nothing at others' expense. Jamie. But yeah, no, I feel that only having... I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, Hannah.
You
I don't know what you're supposed to do here either.
Wait!
Secret of
I was saying you
Nim.
might be able to use your Amazon Prime to sub to her if
Okay.
you want to. No, that's for
No,
free.
do it all the way forward. All the way.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now
What
do
should
it
I
back.
buy with my
All the way back.
shiny sprites?
How many sprites do you have?
4K.
4K? How many sprites do I have? I only have
Ah,
2.6K.
yep. That'll do it.
Alright, there we go.
I can do Jaws,
I can make
Oh, I forgot
Autumn.
to-
Hold on.
Well, I think I can make
Hats
it.
Off, Suggest a
Yeah,
Poll.
No. Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Shades, baby! Okay. Ah. They're all dusty. They're also crooked.
Nice.
Oh, I can't see shit. Wait, hold on. Do it back up.
What does OOTD mean?
Outfit of the
Dumpsty.
day.
Ah,
I
okay.
do outfit of the day with
Yep,
the shades.
and then make a
Yeah.
corner
Now
there.
the shades have been put on. Yeah, we can end the stream.
Perfect.
We're about to get 3 hours.
Beautiful. Outfit of the day.
At this point, we're
Makes
more
me see my
invested.
outfit of the day. Please don't kill me, Hannah. I am wearing
This is the content people come
my
for.
hot ramen pants and this Obi-Wan Kenobi t-shirt that Hannah got me.
Well, Obama, I would kill Autumn, but I have already killed Autumn once. It was really funny. I got them crushed in between.
Yeah, where were you? Where were you, Obama, when that happened?
Yeah, I got them crushed in between. It was like, what was
Rip,
it?
thank
Boxes or like pieces of wood.
Two walls.
Yeah.
Wait, what's going on? Oh,
Am I
okay.
still?
You're good to. You need to turn this as I run.
Okay, yeah.
This is scary. This is hard to read chat and do this. Oh god. Oh Jesus Christ. We praise Hot Ramen Pants
Do I
in this
need to-
Minecraft server. Thank you, Full Moon. Keep going.
Go
I'm good.
slower.
No, you're good. If I die, I die. YOLO. Oh, I see. A sundial. Hey, sit. Can not only see it, I'm right here on it.
3 hours. Thank you
All right,
very
there.
much,
Thank you very
guys.
much for
that's
tuning in.
cool.
That was a good
Pay
stream.
attention.
All right.